and welcome to America's first and only daily talk show for and about the Filipinos. We have talked about this before on the show. Filipinos love to sing, dance, cook, eat, but also writing and reading. Every year here on the show, we talk about Filipino authors. We highlight different authors that have books that we should be reading and we should be supporting. And today is no different. We have Donna and Cecilia, both Filipino Americans, both authors. They've written books, and we're going to be talking about those also today on the show. Hello and welcome to Kababayan, LA. Magandang hapon.
Magandang hapon. Thanks for having us.
Yes, Donna is from Seattle and Cecilia is from San Francisco. So thank you for flying out to meet with us. And Donna has written this book called When the De La Cruz Family Danced.
Right.
And Cecilia wrote about, In Her Mother's Image, about World War II.
That's right.
Both are fiction.
Yes.
Let's talk about that. And I mentioned this at the top of the program. Filipinos love to sing and dance. Okay, what got you into writing? Let's start with who wants to. Okay, Donna first.
Well, I think I'd always liked writing. I'd always been a reader, and I didn't really expect to become a writer. I followed a different path. I studied science in college. I eventually got a master's degree in education, and also went in public administration, and so I ended up working as in the environmental education field. But at some point I realized there was something I really had a passion for, and that was for writing, and that's what started me on this book.
Yeah, and Cecilia, let's talk about your journey.
Well, actually, I started writing as a way to cope with my grief. Because my first husband died in 1989, but I remarried in 1999 happily. Thank you.
Good.
So anyway, as a way of coping with my grief, because it was a May-December East-West relationship.
Oh, okay.
And people said, "Oh, you should write about that." So I went to a city college of San Francisco and enrolled in a novel writing class. But I didn't know that the first part was in playwriting. And I had no idea what a proscenium stage was. I had no idea about the theater. Well, I liked the theater, but not, the craft of the theater.
Right.
So I was forced to write scenes, and from there I forgot the novel part. And it was only like in 2003 when I started actually adapting a screenplay into a novel.
Okay, so two different experiences here, Donna. You went to pursue, in terms of education, something different, science, field of science, and also in education. And you actually went to take a course in writing. Is there such a thing? Like, would it help? How much would it help if you actually go get a major degree in writing as opposed to, pursuing something else and then going back to your passion?
I wish I'd done that, actually, but what I did, once I decided I wanted to be a writer, I sort of cobbled together my own education. I took some continuing education classes. I went to conferences, did workshops, found a writing group. And so over the years, I felt like I did sort of have maybe the equivalent of an MFA.
Right. So, Cecilia, what do you think would you have learned, or would you not have learned? What do you think did you learn from your course that you wouldn't have learned otherwise if you didn't?
Well, actually, I found, well, first you learn the craft, and then also the discipline, because you're forced to write scene after scene. Well, you're not forced to, but I felt compelled to write scene after
homework, or being graded or something like that.
Yes, but I did. I mean, I guess I found my calling.
And I think also, because I took a certificate course here in print and broadcast journalism, although I had a degree in communication in the Philippines, you also get to be with that network of people of, liking the same things, liking writing, and you get to bounce off ideas. And I guess it helps too. But no matter however which way you got here, you got published. What is the feeling? What is the, share with us the feeling of being published? Not just about not just the novel, but then before that you also were published with your short stories.
Well, it's exciting to see your work in print, because what you do when you write something, you want to share it. And so the most expedient way of doing that is just having it published so people can.
Do you read it again? I know that you read it, you send it when it gets published. Do you read it again?
Sometimes it's hard because once it's there and and if you read it again, often I have the sense, well, maybe I should have changed that.
Okay, right. So you continue editing yourself?
I think about it. I think about,
Yeah.
different ways I could have managed a particular scene or character.
Yeah. I've been in broadcasting for about 16 years now, and every day I still watch myself, and I've learned to be more forgiving, but then I would still see, mistakes here and there. Yours is different. You wrote, and those were plays, and you saw them to production. We're going to be talking about your experience, watching your words actually come alive.
Yes.
When we return on the show, don't go away.